Hello and welcome to the Cox Sports Report. I'm Morgan Lang with my co-host Matt Hatfield, and we are delighted to have you all join us as we have some great highlights looking at postseason play this week. We're going to kick off going to see the Crusaders take on the Panthers. How we've had an exciting week, starting off with the Division II Private School State Championship game at Finch Field in Virginia Beach, where the Potomac School Panthers are taking on the Bishop Sullivan Crusaders.
Bishop Sullivan trying to win its first state title ever, Morgan, in football, and right up the middle, it's the fullback dive. Pierce Turner with a touchdown, two-point conversion, no good, and it's Bishop Sullivan out to a 6-0 lead early. Now it's Bryce Tucker with the football. He was banged up earlier this year. Now he's banging through people, running over a defender, and he's going to go 65 yards deep into Potomac territory, and the Crusaders are trying to add on to that 6-0 lead.
No, and it's looking like they might as we check out this next play with Blake LaRussa going to Jamil Kamara. What a nice snag. He pile drives through that next guy, and the two-point conversion will be good, and it is 14-0 up for the Crusaders.
Potomac School's got too much firepower to go away, and this one, as you see the running back right there, that's Jalen Broom, the senior. He's going to go 53 yards to the house. Touchdown for the Potomac School, slicing into that deficit 14-7 late in the first quarter. And we've got some more scoring coming up.
Oh, and the Panthers here are not going to quit as we've got a nice run here by Broom. His second touchdown of the night. That's an 11-yard run. He ties up the game at 14, ending the first quarter.
Bishop Sullivan, though, with a very potent passing attack as Blake LaRussa threatening some records in this one. As you see right there, he uncorks one to Liam Cork, a 37-yard completion. He finally gets dragged out of bounds at about the 10-yard line there, and now it's LaRussa on the quarterback keeper. The read option play, 12 yards for the touchdown, and Bishop Sullivan now back in front, 20-14, as the two-point conversion was no good.
I don't know, but I wouldn't hold up on the Panthers here, so they're going to continue to fight for this, taking the opportunity as Ken Haverman is going to go to junior Josh Hansen with a nice 64-yard pass, and he goes all the way to the house, taking the lead by one, and the extra point is good. So let's see here if they can hold on to the lead.
It's a good old-fashioned shootout, and Bishop Sullivan isn't done by any means. LaRussa going to keep it in the pocket here. He's directing his receiver to get open, and he throws it deep down the field. 57 yards to Corker for the touchdown. The fans behind him giving him some dap, loving it, as Bishop Sullivan now in the lead 28-21, still in the first half.
Oh man, what a high-scoring game here as we've got another one with Bishop Sullivan getting a nice 10-yard run as he goes across to number 2, Bryce Tucker, getting a nice touchdown there. His second of the night as well. It's the night of seconds. Everyone's getting 2 touchdowns tonight. 36-36 there, and it is exciting to see this one play out.
We move ahead to the fourth quarter after a couple of touchdowns of short yardage by Jalen Broom, and it's Kamara bringing it in over 2 defenders on a 40-yard pass from LaRussa. What a snag by him, 44-36 in favor of the Crusaders.
Oh, but let's jump to 2:25 left. Potomac had scored on a fake field goal, making it a tie game of 44-44, but here we are with Bishop Sullivan with LaRussa as he's going to go 22 yards for a scramble, getting across for a 50-44, and will this be the end of the game?
Potomac School's got just enough time to tie it or win it with an extra point, 2-point conversion. 4th and 2, though, season on the live as Potomac School tries to extend the drive and its season. But on 4th and 2, the Bishop Sullivan defense stiffens, getting the stop, and they begin celebrating a state championship.
Oh, and how exciting. Look at these fans as they're crashing the field, and they're excited. And what a game for quarterback Blake LaRussa as he overtakes Lansdowne's Terry Mitchell as all-time leading passer in Southampton Roads with 3,794 yards, and just touching into him today with 233 yards and 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. The man was on fire. Jamil Kamara adding to it with 2 touchdowns, and Bryce Tucker as well, getting some touchdowns on the board. How exciting for Bishop Sullivan with a lead of 50-44.
So Morgan, it was pandemonium and jubilation in Virginia Beach. Would it be more of the same in Chesapeake as the host Grassfield Grizzlies, the number 4 seed in the 6A South playoffs, take on the visiting Tallwood Lions, the number 5 seed, fresh off that upset just a couple weeks ago of Salem. It'll be Grassfield on the board first as Old Dominion commit Vincent Lowe punches it in from 3 yards out for a touchdown for the Grizzlies.
And Lowe here, he's going to get the ball again as he's getting some great footwork. Look at him taking it in the inside, into the outside, and he is going all the way. It's looking good. Oh, and he's pushed out of bounds just shy, but a great 30-yard run there for Lowe. And who give it to? Why not give it to Lowe again, as he's going to be able to get to the outside on the left, and he is going to get in for a 4-yard run, putting the Grizzlies up 12-0.
He's got the feet of a dancer and a football player as the Grizzlies are in front comfortably 12-0, but Tallwood's not going away quietly at all as Will Howard goes up for the jump ball over Grant Holloway, 19-yard touchdown pass on the halfback pass from Foreman Simmons, slicing into that Grassfield lead 12-6.
And they're not going to stop here as Reggie Rudolph is going to go to who? He's going to Howard, and he steps in, getting a nice 23-yard pass as he reaches across that end zone. Kick by Porter will be good. That is 12-13, launching into this game.
What a job by Howard, out-muscling his defenders, and Tallwood wants to get one more before the half. It's Howard being covered by Vincent Lowe, and somehow, some way, he comes down with it with the acrobatic reception.
Oh man, look at this, and it is a one-handed grab as he holds on to that ball as he hits the ground. Extremely powerful there, but we've got Kentori Matthews getting across the end zone here with a 2-yard run. The kick will be no good, but it is 12-19.
Tallwood with 19 points the last 6 minutes of the half, but it's a fresh half. New start for Grassfield. Grant Holloway with the catch from Brett Smith, but wait, it's a fumble. Ball is loose, recovered by Dre Hawkins of the Lions.
Oh, you can see them getting excited and getting pumped up, and it sets them up for Porter to be able to get a 26-yard field goal. The Lions are keeping the lead 12-22.
Grassfield's been here before, though. They were down double figures against Kings Fork earlier this season at home. Can they do it again with a comeback? They'll go to Isaiah Harper, the other Old Dominion commit, as he runs down the field inside the 20, and it'll be Brett Smith with the quarterback keeper for a touchdown, 6 yards, 2-point conversion by Harper, and it's now a 2-point ball game, 22-20, going to the fourth.
Oh man, how exciting here, but we've got Lowe again, and he is going to go right, he can go left, and he's going all the way 13 yards to the house, and Smith will get the 2-point conversion, and it is 28-22. Look at them celebrate. They are pumped.
Final home game for Vincent Lowe and those seniors. We got a dramatic finish, though, as Tallwood would drive 50 yards. It's 2nd and goal inside the 10. He goes to Howard for a touchdown. Oh, no, wait. It's broken up by Vincent Lowe to save the season for the Grizzlies.
Oh, man, Vincent Lowe, he's playing offense, he's playing defense, and that was huge because that could have been the end, but there's still time, and they're going to have an opportunity here, Tallwood, to get another chance, and it's looking good. He's got some time, and he's going to get the pass off to Howard, who, unfortunately is unable to haul it in, and that will be the game for the Grizzlies. Grassfield takes the lead 28-22. They will move on to play Oscar Smith next week.
You see Lowe with 175 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Holloway with 7 solo tackles. Howard with 7 receptions for 107 yards and 2 scores in defeat for the Lions.
And more scores around the districts. We have Oscar Smith shutting out Bayside 35-0 as Deshaun McLeese goes for 116 yards with 2 touchdowns. And Ocean Lakes takes number 7 Woodside 41-7 as Mike Austin goes for 201 yards with 2 touchdowns.
And Ocean Lakes' next opponent will be Western Branch, a 35-7 victor over Cox. Mondrell Glover with 197 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns for the Bruins. Well, we've got more. Don't you go anywhere. Plenty more playoff highlights right here on Sports Report. And welcome back to Sports Report with Morgan Lang. I'm Matthew Hatfield. First-year coaches collide as Jeff McGowan's Green Run Stallions take on the Norview Pilots under the direction of Delton Cotton. Let's go to it. First-round playoff action, Morgan in Virginia Beach, and Norview uncharted territory for them.
It is. It's their first time being in the playoffs since 2001, and it's an exciting game here as we start off with the screen press to Anthony Scott, which sets up the next play, which we'll see here as Anthony Scott's going to get an opportunity to make something happen here and start the game as he punches it in at 1 yard, putting them on the board with an extra point by Merrick Scholl being good, and it is 7-0.
Sensational year by Scott as a senior, almost 1,000 yards rushing and receiving this year. He's been doing it all for them, all-purpose threat out of the backfield, and the quarterback, Austin Lynch, having a superb year as well. The junior connecting with his open target, Ishmael Murray, for a 32-yard touchdown as Green Run rolling early on.
Whew, how exciting. Speaking of rolling, let's check out this Stallion as it's getting rolled in there for Green Run. As we say, it's 14-0 with the lead, but here we go with quarterback E.J. Faison. Oh, and it is trouble, and he is ended up getting sacked in the end zone by DeAndre Fickningla, and it is 16-0 for Green Run.
And Green Run keeps pouring it on now as Anthony Scott, the tailback with all that speed and the power. You see him, he's going to burst here, 80 yards, ripping it off to the house. He is gone, folks. Not going to catch him. Touchdown, Green Run.
Oh, 23-0. The lead is continuing, but it's going to be a tight one here. Let's see how it plays out. We've got Green Run with the ball again. Jamie Mitchell getting an opportunity here with a 39-yard pass from Austin Lynch, and he's going to take it, and the lead continues. It is now a 30-0 lead.
A big turnaround for Green Run. They were 2-8 last season, now trying to go to 8-3 and move on to the next round. of the playoffs. Now it's Norview on the kickoff return. Devin Watford, actually a good run back until he ends up putting the ball on the carpet, and Green Run will hop on it close to the 50-yard line. Just Green Run's night all night long.
It is unfortunate for the Pilots. It's a nice run, but we'll see how it comes together here as we've got Green Run now with Anthony Scott. He's going to go to the right side, getting those legs high, and he's going 23 yards to the house, and it is 37-0 as they're celebrating his continual lead in the second quarter.
You know what, Morgan? I think that guy's pretty good. He keeps running to the end zone in this one as he goes for 5 touchdowns. And now Austin Lynch, he's got an arm too as he finds Anthony Scott wide open, 44 yards, and that Green Run offense just explosive and dynamic throughout in this one. 44-0 at the break.
We can see everyone getting behind it, see the cheerleaders getting excited, everyone's pumped up, see this big lead here. It's its opportunity in the first round of the 5A South. And Green Run here with the ball with Lynch, and here's he going to this time. It is intercepted though by Elijah Blue, and it's looking good. Is he going to be able to go? And it will be a pick 6 as he is able to get them on the board for the Pilots.
A defensive score getting Norview on the board, and Delton Cotton's team going to have to make a miraculous comeback here as you see Anthony Scott running him down from behind, but not in time as he gets into the end zone. And now Faison has it at the goal line. Junior quarterback for Norview having a pretty good year. He's going to sneak it in for a touchdown from 2 yards out. However, the 2-point conversion try would be no good for Norview. 32-point lead for the Stallions with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
It's nice to see the momentum shifting a little bit for the Pilots, and they're on the lead, but here we go with Green Run with Scholl getting a field goal with a 47-12 lead. That'll be the end of the game, and Green Run will move on to play Murray next week, but we've got Green Run with Anthony Scott getting 3 touchdowns, huge numbers with Austin Lynch in there as well with 288 yards, and Elijah Blue with his interception return, which was huge there for the defense and the Pilots.
We move on to Darling Stadium. The Hampton Crabbers taking on the Great Bridge Wildcats. Not a typical Hampton season, Morgan. 4 losses in the regular season, but they're starting to click at the right time of the year.
And they are here with Javon Quillen getting a nice leaping grab as he gets taken out there at the legs with Umar Muhammad getting 19 yards. Nice one-handed grab with Quillen here getting a nice opportunity, gets out of bounds, but it sets them up here for an opportunity.
And Javon Quillen on that quarterback keeper having a ton of success. 8-yard touchdown run. Crabbers in front early on this Saturday afternoon matchup, 7-0 against the 5th-seeded Wildcats from Great Bridge High in Chesapeake. Now it's the sophomore signal caller Jacob Wilson going over the middle, and he's got a completion to his man Tyree Johnson for 20-plus yards.
And they'll go to Johnson again as we'll take a look here. And it's Johnson again as he's getting through, holding on. He's trying to get into the inside, get away from that Crabbers defense who is just swarming them. But they're not going to stop there. We've got KJ Holloway here. And it's looking, and it is caught with a 24-yard run as he gets across the end zone to tie the game at 7.
Pete Gale's Wildcats having a great turnaround season. They were 0-10 last year, now 5-5, trying to advance in the playoffs, and it's deadlocked at 7 going to the second quarter where Quillen chose the play fake and going to unleash the bomb to Umar Muhammad Wyatt. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, 61 yards. Crabbers now back on top.
Whew. Bo Lomax makes the kick, 14-7. Crabbers, look at them celebrating. They are excited. Here's an opportunity for them to move on to the second round. But Jalen Booker getting an opportunity here for Great Bridge as he's going with a 5-yard run. That'll tie the game. 14-17, and they're not going to stop here, though. We've got the Crabbers coming around with who they going to. It's Quillen with the keeper, and he's going 60 yards with an opportunity to set them up here for this next play.
And you see Quillen, so much speed and athleticism for the sophomore quarterback. He played wide receiver last year. Morgan having no trouble moving to the quarterback spot. And Hampton now with a double-digit lead. Ricky Hatcher would add a pick 6, and Hampton starting to find its footing in the second half.
But Great Bridge isn't going to slow down here, where we've got Michael Artriano getting an opportunity with getting pulled at his jersey as he's going down. He's not stopping. And we've got Booker here getting set up with a 3-yard run, and Spesley will make the kick, and it is 31-21.
Great Bridge effectively mixing in the running game with the passing attack, and Hampton's running game just too much. And this one, as you see the juke move by Demetrius Strickland before he's brought down on a minimal gain. Although this has been the Javon Quillen show, he's handing it off again at the guy they call Little Daddy over at Hampton, Demetrius Strickland, with a great gain, a huge chunk of yardage now as Hampton's offense continues to move the ball down the field.
Well, it's going to be the Crabbers having an opportunity here as he breaks through. Who's it? Quillen running through with the keeper with A 39-yard run to the house. Bo Lomax will make the extra point, and it is 45-28 for the Crabbers.
What a performance by Javon Bubba Quillen, doing it through the air and with his legs, running the football as well from the quarterback position. Hampton victorious 45-28. They'll move on to play Salem in the next round. You see Quillen with 5 total touchdowns, 323 yards of offense. Ricky Hatcher with 2 interceptions. And for Great Bridge, Tyan Smith, the sophomore, with 125 yards rushing and the loss.
And number 1 takes number 8. Salem over Kempsville, 36-7. As we said, they'll take on next week. We'll see him play. Malik Butts gets 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. Maury takes Kellam, 35-16. Ricky Haley getting a couple touchdowns in there and 2 sacks.
Good performance for him, and we've got plenty more highlights right here on Sports Report.
Welcome back to the Cox Sports Report. We've got some great 4A South action as we're going to see the Indians take on the Hurricanes. We're at Todd Stadium in Newport News, where the Powhatan Indians are 6-4 going into this game versus the Heritage Hurricanes. And we've got a completion here by Cameron Graham, the quarterback, going to Chance Morris, and it's going to set up a nice run down the left side by Logan Allen as the Indians are looking to get into scoring territory.
Powhatan's got a chance of maybe pulling the upset if they strike first with a field goal from Wes Liverman, 34 yards out. Is it good? Yes, it sneaks through the uprights, so that means Powhatan's in front, Morgan, 3-0 late first quarter. But as we've seen with Heritage time and time again this year, they're not bothered by close games because they have playmakers, and there's one of them, Wanye Patillo, 66 yards. He darts down the right sideline to put Heritage in the lead by a count of 7-3.
Oh, and that lead by the Indians wasn't there for long, but it'll be interesting to see how this one develops. But we've got a quarterback here over the center to Marcus Van Hook, who's going to get a nice 25-yard run, and he breaks across, and he continues this lead, 14-3 for Heritage.
The junior Van Hook, one of the better two-way standouts in the Peninsula District, receiving and at defensive back. And there's Van Hook again over the middle on the slant pattern from Boyd, 25 yards. Heritage on top, 21-3 in the second quarter, closing with a burst.
Ah, and you tried twice. Why not try a third time? Let's go to Van Hook again. Why not, as he gets the grab with a 32-yard pass from Boyd, and it is 3-28 for the Hurricanes.
That passing combination of Van Hook and Boyd just lethal in this one. And now Powhatan with its passing game, as you see, Chance Morris trying to give his team a chance to come back. But right now, time is not on their side. They will hand the football off, though, to Logan Allen for a short touchdown run of 4 yards. That cuts the Heritage lead down just a little bit, but Heritage still in command, 28-10 late in the third quarter.
Hey, we've got Patillo. Who are you going to? Patillo as he gets loose up the middle, and he's looking across that 40, across that 30. Is he going to get in? And he gets pushed out of bounds there, but it's going to set up Dimitri Holloway for a 4-yard run. The kick will be no good, so it is 34-10 for the Hurricanes.
Heritage just getting a mega chunk of yardage through the air and on the ground, and now you'll see right here Dimitri Holloway unable to hold in the snap, and now it's a break for Powhatan here as they will end up getting the football with pretty decent field position to operate inside the red zone of Heritage. You see it fake one way and go the other, as it is Daquan Berry with a 16-yard touchdown run for the Indians.
17-34, and the Indians are trying to condense that lead there by the Hurricanes, and we've got Patillo going up the right side here for Heritage as he's pushed out of bounds with a big hit by that Indians defense, and Timothy Holden Bethea as he's going to get across that line with a 3-yard run. Hilton will make the extra point, and it is 41-17, continuing this lead.
We said it all year, Holden is golden, and Heritage trying to move on to the second round of the playoffs, but it could meet Newport News rival Denby. And right now on the kickoff return, look at Logan Allen showing off the moves, and he's rumbling down the right sideline past midfield, and Powhatan is inside the 35-yard line of Heritage, not going away quietly at all.
And they're not, and it's going to be a pass from Graham going to Elijah Good as he is going to get across in, and that is 23-41, which will end the game there. Heritage will face Denby, as Matt just said, in the next round, and Patillo, they're getting 217 yards and touchdowns. Marcus Van Hook, as we saw with those 3 receiving touchdowns. What an exciting way for number 4 Heritage to take the lead.
Heritage now with 10 wins on the year. It's the Kings Fork Bulldogs taking on the Tabb Tigers in the other 4A South matchup. Kings Fork's the 9 seed, Tabb's the 8 seed. It's supposed to be a very evenly matched game at Bailey Field in York County.
It is, and Kings Fork's here with the ball with Uriah Adams, their quarterback, but he is going to be sacked as he is there by Austin Hare, getting some nice defense, but they're going to go with Adams again with the keeper, who will move the chains as they get up the field just a little bit.
Kings Fork with 2 bona fide rushing threats. You see the quarterback Adams, the senior, and then there's the sophomore Deshaun Weathington. He led the Southeastern District in rushing yards, and we see why. 47 yards to pay dirt. Bulldogs in front early on, first, 7-0 against the Tabb Tigers.
And Weathington's going to have an opportunity here, and I guess they call him Debo, as he's going to be able to get through the scamper as he breaks through. He's looking like he might go all the way, and it'll be 80 yards to the house, getting that lead up to 14-0 for the Bulldogs.
So 2 runs for Weathington, 127 yards. I'd say he's having a pretty good first half. 14-0 Kings Fork. How does Tabb answer? Well, they got the running game with Brett Henson and the passing attack with Nicholas Hunter, although this one right here, you see Antoine Hicks giving that Kings Fork defense some problems there as he hauls it in, although Kings Fork would stop him right here in the red zone on the rush attempt here, and that defense for the Bulldogs improving as the year goes on.
Unfortunate there for the Tigers as they had an opportunity, but we'll see here as King Force with Weathington as he spins and he jukes and he's getting all the way around. Guy on his back as he is finally brought down there by that Tigers defense. And then we're going to go, they've got Weathington, they've got Duke Santora as he's going to run up the middle, getting some nice speed. That defense there will bring him down just inside the red zone.
They had to give it to Duke to give Debo a chance to catch his breath as he's been running hard for Kings Fork. And now the passing game getting in the mix as Akil Freeman, the junior, hauling in a 7-yard touchdown pass from Adams. It's 21-0 Bulldogs in the third quarter, pitching a shutout against the Tigers so far.
The Tigers here have an opportunity as we're going to go to Austin Hare as he's going to be able to get into some potential scoring territory. And here Nicholas Hunter with the quarterback keeper. He is about to get drilled there outside. Brought down relentless by that Bulldogs defense.
And great determination by Hunter. He's not going down without a fight. And this time, though, he is intercepted. It's Akil Freeman grabbing it, and he's going back the other way 70 yards before he's eventually knocked out by Brett Henson there on the run back. And Kings Fork's defense helping out its offense a ton.
It is. It's good to see, though, that defense didn't quit there after that interception, as we've got Uriah Adams here for Kings Fork. And he is going to go 23 yards for the run. Austin Wall's extra point will be good. It is 28-0. And we've got Tabb with the ball with an opportunity to get on the board. And it is intercepted by Kane Miskell. And he is looking good as he goes up the left side. And he is looking like he could juke all the way to the end of the end zone. As he has run into the end side, he will go about 90 yards. But once again, that Tigers defense does not quit, and they are coming back all the way.
Kane Miskell, what a run back by him, and that allows Uriah Adams to take a knee, and Kings Fork with its first ever playoff victory in football. A shutout pitched by the Bulldogs. Weathington with 169 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Akil Freeman with a touchdown catch, 2 interceptions, also 2 picks for Kane Miskell as the Bulldogs move on to the next round to take on the Phoebus Phantoms.
And Phoebus there is won Caroline 56-7 as Marshawn Williams went for 197 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. Dinwiddie takes Jamestown with a shutout, 62-0. Ronald Kearney getting up there with 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown.
Generals are hard to beat. So are the Lake Taylor Titans, a winner over Nansemond River 35-7. Marquise Poole with 99 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns on 13 attempts. Meanwhile, the Denby Patriots, a winner 42-19 over Glen Allen as Darius Banks with 2 touchdown receptions, 5 catches, 124 yards for the Patriots.
And Hanover takes Churchland 28-13. Clayton Chitton getting 196 yards and a touchdown. And Norcom will take number 10 Mannequin 51-13 as Wiggs and Cavanti together get 2 rushing touchdowns apiece.
And Norcom's playing mighty well. So are the Lafayette Rams, 57-0, a shutout over Spotsylvania as you see the William & Mary commit Jaleel Green with 187 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. The Pocosin Islanders squeak by the Petersburg Crimson Wave 21-20. Grayson Boyce with 154 yards rushing and a touchdown in that one.
And Bruton takes Androd 48-10 with Capri Doucette going 132 yards and 4 touchdowns. And how are we looking with Hopewell and York?
Tobias Taylor with 480 yards of offense and 4 total touchdowns as the Blue Devils end this season for the York Falcons.
And we've got 42-28 as number 9 takes number 8 West Point, with the Pointers finish 8-3 overall.
Our player of the week here on Virginia Preps and Cox Sports Report is Jalen Holmes, the Ohio State commit for Lake Taylor. 10 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 catches for 30 yards as the Titans move on to the next round, defending their crown. And we are out of time. For Morgan Lang, I'm Matthew Hatfield. We'll catch you next week right here on Sports Report.